Hello, 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 everybody. I'm gonna get started in just 1 minute. I'm sorry, I'm rushing. I just ran in the door. I'm get started in just give me 2 minutes, and we're gonna get started. Thank you guys for joining me. We will get started in 2 minutes. All right, I said 2 minutes. We're gonna go. Thank you for getting on. Am I saying your name correctly? Over, I hope. Welcome. Akorede. Help me out with that. Akorede. I want to pronounce your name correctly. Help me out.
Akorede. Akorede.
Akorede. Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, and thank you. And thank you. So look, we're gonna get started. There's only a couple of us, maybe some more people to join, but maybe they won't. But let's get started. My name is Greg Whitmire. I'm trading with IML now for a year and a half. It's good to have things that we love in our life, and I love playing tennis. That's where I'm rushing from, and I love trading forex. I love my family, and sometimes, you know, some might think I get that order of I'm a little confused, but nonetheless, it's good to have things in our life that we love. And that's, you know, my short list of things that I love. And I also love having the opportunity to share, to sow a little bit of my experience into others. So hopefully you guys will get a little value from what I'm about to share. So I always get started with the following. I always have to talk about mindset. Let me just say it. So it's been my experience, and it was told to me, so I don't think I'm alone, that you know, trading is 85–90% mental, and you know, the remainder, you know, 15–10%, however you're going to carve it up, the smaller percentage has to do with learning the technical stuff. The technical stuff is easy. The technical stuff is so easy. Mastering myself, mastering ourselves, sometimes presents a bigger challenge. And I just want to kind of just review a couple things as we move into the larger discussion tonight. I'm going to share let's just share these
I
photos.
understand you.
Oh,
You get what?
as you get on, okay, thank you for folks getting on. Okay, I think that you guys can see my screen here, my photo over here, and it is of the shark in the water, okay, to the naked eye. I'm gonna enlarge it a bit. Oh, that's too big. Okay, and I start here because, again, like I said, mindset is so important, and we need to make sure that we understand and keep focused on who the participants are in this market that we're involved in. And foreign exchange market, of course, as we know, the $6.6 trillion a day market. So what does that mean? That means that, of course, that it's going to be attract $1 trillion worth of transactions on a daily basis. And who controls those transactions, or who's at the root of those transactions? That's your central banks, your hedge funds, your large institutions. It's all laid out for you in the academy. But again, I just try to encourage people to not gloss over that, because they run the market. And when we set up our accounts with our funds, and of course our money is extremely important to us. I'm trying to log in here on my phone as well. But just know that our accounts, our lot sizes, for the most part, do not impact the market. They do not build candles based on our entries into the market. Our entries into the market are minuscule by comparison. So what that means is that we're targets in the market as small traders. Some may say retail traders, and I don't like that particular term. I mean, it is a term, and some people identify that. My mindset is that of an institutional trader, a bank trader. I want to trade like the banks, and that's what the shark in the photograph you're looking at represents. That represents the central banks, the large institutions, the hedge funds. And they will eat your account, okay, along with your broker. They will eat your account if you don't know what you're doing, if you're just out there swimming in front of the shark. We need to take on a mindset that of the pilot fish. And the pilot fish in the picture are what those little smaller fish that you see swimming alongside the fish. They understand that they can't outswim the shark. If they get out in front of the shark, they're going to be food for the day. So when they just do what the shark does, when the shark goes up, they go up, shark goes left, they go left, you understand exactly what I'm saying, but they never get out in front. And most importantly, when the shark eats, they eat. And that's what we need to be able to understand, that again, what direction is the bank going? What direction are the banks trading? How are the banks positioning themselves in the market? Let me apply some discipline so that I don't get pulled into situations that are just setups for me to then, place myself in a precarious situation in the market, only to get stopped out and not understand why at the end of the week I got less money than I had when I started. I'm gonna move on from that, but hopefully you take some value from what I was trying to just mention there about the sharks and such. So I have another photo here. I don't know why it won't let me advance. Here we go. Oh, but I don't know. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, that of discipline. Again, we're still talking about mindset and the issue of discipline. All of us, I guess, I'm assuming everybody here is over the age of 18. And we've had a lot of time in different areas of our life to practice discipline. Discipline is a required characteristic, a required quality for everything that we do as a parent, as a husband or a wife, or girlfriend, boyfriend, as far as an employee, as a participant in any sports or any endeavor requires discipline. You have to have a plan. You have to have then the stick-to-itiveness in order to follow that plan, in order to get the results that you want. Otherwise, a lack of discipline, we all know there's a greater likelihood of not getting the results that we want when we're kind of all over the place, when we're not disciplined. And trading requires discipline. And how do you develop that discipline? But at the foot of any one of the many mentors that are available on in the IML Academy. I'll touch on that just a bit later. Faith Faith represents a lot of things for a lot of different people. Again, but I'm talking about mindsets of a trader. And whatever faith means to you, hopefully it'll continue to mean that. But again, just learning how to use that faith that we, again, have had to develop over the course of our life. Okay, faith in something, belief in something. Okay, and when it comes to trading, as for me specifically, the faith comes in the way of trusting my analysis, trusting the fact that I have put in, I've been disciplined to my skill, I've been disciplined to my learning, and now at the time to execute on my learning, I have faith that that which I have executed is going to provide me the results that I've desired. And if it doesn't, I learn to take my loss like a boss, and then again, put myself in a better position to again exercise my discipline and faith into another profitable situation. But one thing I never do, and I'll encourage each one of you guys to never quit on yourself with respect to this. So last area we want to talk about here is patience. And again, patience is one of those many characteristics that we have an opportunity or have an opportunity to practice all the time. I mean, come on, like I said, we're all adults. There's not one person on here who hasn't had to practice patience today, okay, in some way, form, or fashion. Sometimes it's more obvious when we have to practice patience. You know, sometimes it's less obvious. But, you know, look around us. We all have to practice more patience nowadays, even little things like, you know, shopping. Well, we always have to stand in line and practice patience, but even more so now. With, you know, the advent of, you know, changes in many of our lives. You know, we have children home. Some of us have children home from school, all kind of stuff. I'm going to go example, but you know where patience is shows up in your life, where the need for patience shows up in your life. And now, as it's specific to trading, patience pays. That's a cliche that you'll hear again and again and again. Patience pays when it comes to trading. You can't rush through this. You cannot rush through this, and you can't rush the results. You just can't, because we don't control any of it. You can understand it, and that's what, you know, again, that's when your education supports you in understanding what's going on in the market. But many times the outcomes that you'll get in the market, the successful outcomes that you'll get in the market are as a result of you being patient, not rushing into a trade, not rushing out of a trade. Okay, you should only enter a trade based on with a technical reason and a list of confirmations, and you should only exit a trade not on emotions. Hopefully, I'm just trying to see who I might need to mute there. Exit a trade not on emotions, because again, you look at your phone and you see that you're down a couple dollars or something like that, but get to a point where you're able to analyze the market and make a decision, have a decision point in your mind based on, again, some technical reason, as opposed to, you know, your lack of patience sometimes. Okay, so again, just wanted to touch on those, and then we're going to go right into the topic, which is what did I say tonight? Don't let a good trade go bad. Don't let a good trade go bad. Let me stop sharing that, and I'm gonna pull up a chart. I got so much on my daggone computer. Like I said, I was rushing in here tonight. I had a good time out there playing tennis tonight. I always enjoy. I love playing tennis. I'm usually at the U.S. Open this time of year, but clearly it was not feasible this year. I go to the U.S. Open almost every year. How come I don't have my? That's odd. Okay. Give me 1 second. We're gonna get through this. That's what I say. Patience pays. Patience pays. I had to open a new browser. I thought I had a browser open, but maybe I closed it unintentionally. But we will get it going, get it going, get it going. All right. I don't know. Let's know how many of you guys use TradingView, but I use TradingView quite a bit to help with my analysis of the charts. How come this is not coming up? Trading view, trading view, trading view. All right, hang on 1 second. Let me share. All right, we're rocking and rolling. All right, move this over there. All right, here we go. All right, so don't let a good trade go bad. By what I mean with that is that when you are in a trade, and let's just say, let's say USD CAD. Sorry, USD CAD. When you are in a trade, you become a money manager. Okay, at the point that you enter a trade, you become a money manager. I know we have the benefit of stop losses and take profits that that we use in our as we're doing trade setups, and hopefully each one of you all know what those are intended to do. You know, of course, your take profit is your target for that profit. You know, that's the price that you want price to move to. That's your target where you want price to move to before you exit the trade with profit in hand. You add it to your account. Your stop loss clearly is that price in the market, that in the event the price goes against you in the market, then you would want to stop that trade and you know, kind of limit your loss. So let's just looking at USD CAD on the 4 hour. I'm gonna back up this. I'm gonna back up this. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of this. Oops. Let's get rid of that. Okay. All right. So let's just say, for instance, and I'm just going to set up a pretend scenario. And I've talked about this before. And again, this is just a suggestion. I use a lot of visual for me. Every day I come to these charts and I use the tools that are available in TradingView to help me manage the trade. Because again, my objective is not to let a good trade go bad. So let's do this. You always drop 3 lines onto my chart. I use, well, let's just keep it simple. I'll use horizontal line. I'll just drop a horizontal line in. And if you're not familiar with the tools here, it's a bunch of tools over here on the left-hand side in TradingView. I'm clicked on this first, the second category, trend line tools. You can just click on that little arrow and it gives you a list of different types of tools, of trend lines, blah, blah, blah. You can read through. I use horizontal lines and arrows all the time when I'm trading. So I always just drop 3 lines. And again, I just go back. I'm gonna just click another line and then I'm gonna drop another line. For me, I change the colors on the line. Again, just whatever, colors don't matter, whatever works with your brain. I change one line to red. I'm gonna use that, I'm gonna position that as my stop loss. I'll leave one line blue. I'll position that as my entry point, and then I'll take one and I'll turn it green as my take profit. Green money, red stop, blue start. But again, there's no rhyme or reason to that. You use whatever colors that you want. So we're just going to make up a scenario here. And let's just say we're going to enter a buy here on this. And I'm gonna write it out on the screen, and then I'll position the lines to match what we type up here. So let's just say we're going to do we're gonna buy market, which is a market execution. Okay, we're going to buy market. We're going to do well, let's a buy market, but I'll just say entry at where's that? Let's say we'll do an entry at 1.3. Let's see, 1.30930, and we're going to set a take profit at Again, I'm just making this up. Let's say we take profit at 1.31600, 31600, and we'll then do a stop loss at, what do we get in at 1.3? Let's say we do 1.30730. So we approximately have 20 pip stop loss there. Okay. So these are our parameters. Okay. This is what we're doing right here. Okay. So when I have that information, whether I get it from Trade Ideas or the Signal Group, or if it's a trade opportunity that I've identified based on top-down analysis, I might come up with such a scenario. So what I do now, I take my lines, I just click on it, and it gives me this little tool here for settings, and I can set the coordinates. So like I said, I'm using my red line for a stop loss, so I'm just going to put that value in. I back that one out, and then just type that value, 30730, and it's going to position that line in the chart. Okay, so then I'm gonna click on my take profit, my green. I'm gonna go back to settings, and I'm gonna enter those settings. That was 31600. I just put that in place, and then I can just grab and just drag. We said I'll do the same thing just to be consistent. So entry at or around 30930. Okay, so now we got our trade. Okay, or at least we have a visual of the trade idea in front of us. And again, this is helpful to me. I've been trading a year and a half. I do this every time I get into a trade. I need to see this. I need to see where price is. I need to see where price is going. I need to see where my stops are, et cetera, et cetera. So, and then this helps me manage the trade. Now, everybody doesn't have the luxury of being able to sit on their computer. I happen to, be kind of, geeky like that. I do, and I am in front of my computer, fair amount of the time that I'm trading. So I do get a chance to watch this. I know that might not be ideal for everybody else, but you can manage this, do the same things on your phone. That would be another session, but you can do this, the same concepts apply. So again, I'm gonna just grab an arrow here for, again, description. And if I'm over explaining it, I apologize, but I get a sense that everybody might not be in the same place experience-wise. So I always try to, and I have these sessions, I always try to keep in mind that there's somebody on the call who is brand new. So I tend to over talk things, and I apologize for those who've heard this before. But anyways, so I'm using the arrow. So this is where we're getting in. Okay, we're going to start here. And again, thank you guys. If price goes down to the red line, and that's again, if price comes down here, then I'm gonna be taken out of the trade and it hits my stop loss. But my ideal is that it's gonna go up in this direction to this green line, and that's my take profit. That's what I want. So let's just roll the clip. So I want to roll it slow. Oh, let me slow it down. All right. So I can roll this, and now let's just assume that, again, we enter this trade, and now, actually I wanted to, okay, so I wanted to stop it before it got to this candle, but this is good anyway. So now we took the price, like I said, we got in here on this, right at this doji candle. And then we saw a little bit of retracement. And now, hey, the best thing in the world is happening to us because price is moving in our direction. It's moving in our direction. I'm just looking for who is unmuted. But anyways, okay. So price is moving in our direction. So now the job becomes, as soon as we realize that now the job becomes, let me make sure that I don't lose this trade, because again,
what are you doing?
Because price is moving
Listen,
in your direction,
you're not going to take all of those toys out. You need one toy to play with, and that's it. Everything else you put back.
Hey, who's ever given the toy instructions, I feel you, but if you could mute yourself, that'd be great. All right, thank you. Let them kids play them toys. Anyways, I'm just kidding. So again, the scenario is, again, the trade is going in our direction, but trust me, and if you've put in 2 trades, you know that at any point, a trade can turn around. A trade can get to, at any point, there's nothing guaranteeing you to get to take profit, okay? So now, once you see that your trade has gone, let's just see how far in profit. Let's see, this was a total was a 67 pip move.
You put the other one back.
So at this point, I'm trying to find who is not muted, guys. Okay, going out in and out of mute, so whoever it is just kind of going in and out of mute. But anyway, all right. So at the point that you are on this candle, it looks like we're about 24 pips in profit. Well, 12. Okay, this candle, yeah. So at this point, let's say 20 pips in profit, where I have the red, the yellow arrow. So at that point, what you would want to do, if not sooner, you move your stop loss to your break even. Now, I'm just doing it again as a dramatization because these lines don't mean anything on, they're not, you have to go to your MetaTrader and then actually make this execution. But at this point, you go to your MetaTrader, either your desktop version or your telephone. Your desktop version does give you the option to do what's called trail stops. So again, that's another session. But just manually speaking.
Get out, but I gotta use the bathroom too.
Just trying to find where that keeps going out of mute. But anyways, okay. So at that point, again, you got to manage this. So you move your stop loss to break even. You bring your stop loss where you entered. That's what that means. When you bring your stop loss to your entry, that is now break even. So now you have protected yourself against losing. You never let a good trade go bad, okay? I've heard one of the Gold Cup traders make the remark, once it's in blue, it's on you. And I feel that because again, at that point, the person that's giving you the trade idea, you can't get mad at them or yourself or anything else or the market or Forex or nothing like that. Once you get in profit and again, you don't manage it, that becomes your responsibility to manage your money once you're in profit. So anyways, you get the point. We move our stop loss from where it was positioned at about 20 pips loss. Now we're 20 pips in profit. We move our stop loss up to that entry and we are in what's referred to as a risk-free trade. Okay, you'll hear that term during the risk-free trade. So whatever happens, the worst thing that could happen if price just totally dumps on you, you only get you just come back to zero minus whatever little broker fees that would be associated with that. But you don't get yourself into these situations. And I get these calls all during the course of the week about people that got caught in trades that have gone bad. What do you call it? Drawdown, or worse, they just get caught in a total reversal and haven't after seeing it going in profit and then but just again allowing it to reverse. Second thing that you do is that at this point actually I should have wrote this down because you need to I'll just say one and again, this varies. Okay, this is subjective when trade is. I'll say 15 pips in profit. But again, that is subjective. There is no right, wrong, whatever. That's what I'm comfortable with. Okay, some people will say 10 pips. Some people will shucks. As soon as it goes blue, boom, they'll pull their stop loss to break even. Some people will say 20 pips, some people will say 30 pips. It all depends on your trading style and the things that you're comfortable with. But for me, step one is when trade is 15 pips in profit, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. Okay, at that point, I am risk-free trading. And please, I encourage, did I spell trading correctly? I'll encourage you, and don't think about, well, if it turns around, I've lost. You haven't lost anything, because you haven't, if price turns around, you might, or again, you lose whatever commission, or, that little, might be 66 cents or, whatever, 2 cents or something or other when you go back to break even. But please don't get in that mindset that, okay, what would have been representative of profit at 20 pips. Now, if it turns around and takes you out, that you've lost something. You haven't lost anything, because you haven't put anything into your account. And then the other thing is that you still have an opportunity, and this is where your education is so important, to have a solid foundation of your technical skills, because you still have an opportunity if price just comes back and retests this area, because that's all it could be. It could be that price is going to retest this area and then boom, take off in your direction anyways. So you have an opportunity to re-enter the trade, but again, without having to have gone into any sort of drawdown, or it could, or just, running down into your stop loss or that kind of thing. But again, it's up to you. It's up to you. I'd rather break even and get out and find another position than hit stop loss. So, because again, my mission here is to make money, not consistently. Make money consistently, not give it to the broker consistently. So with that said, step one, like I said, so let's just say, then the next thing that I'm going to do is take a partial. Okay, take a partial profit. Now, if you have anything, if you have more than 1 cent lot size, you can take a partial profit. And that just means that you're taking some, not all. You're able to reduce your position in the market by whatever, like if you have 2 cents in a trade, you can move your stop loss to take even, break even, and then you can also take a partial profit of, let's just say, 1 cent, leaving you 1 cent in the trade to continue to its destination. So every chance you get, you pay yourself in this market, because like I said in the beginning, this is set up to take your money. Know that, embrace that. Okay, that's not a bad thing. It's just a reality with respect to the market, and it doesn't discriminate based on who you are or bank or otherwise. But just understand what you're dealing with, and then take the necessary precautions so that you're not victimized, that you are, again, thinking like the bank. You're going to take your money off the table as much and as often as you can. So at the point, like I said, we're 20 pips in profit. Again, just at this, I ran the scenario just a little bit too long, but let's just say on this candle right here. So at this point, shucks, you're feeling good. Man, now I'm 45 pips in profit. I'm feeling good about this thing, okay? Now, but I haven't paid myself, potentially. Say you didn't follow steps 1 or 2. You're just riding up, and let's just say you left your stop down here. You're riding a precarious road, again, because price, there's no guarantee it's going to go up here until you take profit. And if you haven't done anything to secure the money along the way, you are just, you're in precarious, risky territory, and run the potential of, at that point, really losing out. Okay, so like I said, we've just simply moved our stop. We take a partial, and again, you determine at what point you take a partial. And you know what? I don't know if you know how to take a partial. Let me see. I might be able to provide a quick example of taking a partial. I'm trying to get my phone set up. I can switch over to that real quick. Give me a moment. Let me come over here to my demo account. I have a trade in my demo account that I just kind of keep running over there for this express purpose. All right. Let's say, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share from my, oh, I gotta give myself permission to do that. When I found, when I learned how to trade, when I learned how to take partials, my trade game, my profit game went through the roof. Went through the roof. And I learned how to pay how important it was to pay myself along the way. You guys should be looking at my phone. Told you guys to look tennis. That's how the US Open used to look before COVID. And now if you've been watching any matches, of course, the arena is blank. Same applies for the other sports. So let's look at this. Okay, this is my demo account. Now you see the third trade, Bitcoin. This is, and again, this is just something I just put in and let it run, and it's just helpful when I'm doing these kind of examples to have something I can really demonstrate to you guys. So Bitcoin, BTC USD, you see it's $532.16 in profit. And I'm buying it at 5 cents. That's my lot size. Okay, so let's just say I'm confident because of my technical analysis. I'm confident that Bitcoin is. Oh, am I sharing it? You guys see that, right? Yeah, you guys see that, right? Somebody acknowledge that you see my screen, my phone.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so my lot size is 5 cents, $532.16 in profit. Okay, now my technical analysis said, you know what? The price of Bitcoin is going to continue to go up. I want to stay in this trade, but I really want to, you know, take some money off the table. So all I do, I click it, hold it, you know, what you call a long hold and release or whatever. Now I'm going to select close order, but I'm not going to close with profit. I'm not going to close the entire order out, but I'm going to reduce my position. So I'm going to go from 0.05 cent in the market. I'm going to back that out, and I'm just going to put in, I'm going to cash out 2 cent, 0.02, and it's going to leave me in the market to continue to trade from my original position with 3 cents in the market. And that amount you see there, closed with profit of $214, goes in my bag. So you get me? I've paid myself, and I'm still able to stay in this trade because I like my position. I don't want to give up my position. So I just hit close with profit. Order is closed. Now you see, I put $214.06 in my bag, and I'm still in the trade with 3 cents as opposed to 5 cents. I'm still active in this trade, still able to, you know, continue to have the profits grow from my original position. But at the same time, I've done what's most important to me, and that is I paid myself. Okay, so that's an example of how you take a partial profit. And again, you know, before you exit trades, and again, and that's why, again, if you are around me, and I'm just get so passionate about, again, chasing the knowledge associated with trading and not trying to chase the money, because again, the knowledge will get you the money. The knowledge will keep you in the money. Then just knowing this one little thing will again keep you in original position from your trade, and at the same time get you a chance to pay yourself along the way. Just keep paying yourself, and allow the trade for you to get maximum pippage results out of any given trade. Okay, hopefully that made sense, and hopefully that will provide some value. So I'm gonna stop sharing that, okay, and get back to my other screen. Because we never let a good trade go bad. All right, so we're back here. All right, so we'll just continue. I'm gonna let it run. Let's let it run again. Okay, so boom. Where's my oh. All right, so in this instance, in this instance, we did get what we wanted. Again, I just picked a couple, you know, some, you know, take profit and such. So you did get, you know, your take profit and some. So this was clearly a very, very good move. Let's run and see what. Okay, went up here, And I'm gonna make another lesson here. Okay, okay. Now see, okay, so we got the don't lose your money thing. And I'm gonna take this opportunity to just teach briefly on another topic. Now, here's what I'm talking about. When you gotta, here's where I gotta put my bank hat on. My banker hat. Oops, I don't want that. I want this. Okay. Because I want you to look here. We see this all the time. See that last little candle there? All right. And here's what I'm saying, when you understand the markets, you understand that it's almost like sometimes when you don't understand the market, how we kind of get baited in. Everybody, because you got to remember now, you know, it's not just folks here in the DC, Baltimore area that are trading. There's people all over the world doing this, all over the world. Okay, and you know, people with similar accounts to what we have, up until, like we explained earlier. I know you guys are aware, up until where people have, you know, $1 million, multi-million, billion-dollar, trading accounts and that kind of thing. So, anyways, what do we see here? Okay, what do we see here? We see price started here, came down, and returned to this same area. Okay, so. And I bring that up because, and here's where the discipline comes in. Because if you didn't get in this trade where we got in the trade, then you're chasing, and again, you can get lucky and kind of get in here and get this ride up. But again, I'm getting way off at this point, because then it gets into understanding where to get in, entry points and that kind of thing, and we'll talk about that another time. But what kind of brought my mind to it, because again, this is where people get in trouble, because if they start seeing this going up in this direction, and they jump in the trade somewhere here, they start, realizing a little profit, and again, you see this candle right here is probably a reversal point. And I say that mostly because it just took out this high. That wick lines up. Let me show you something. Y'all getting extra. Let me show you this. This is the kind of stuff that, again, the IML educators have taught me how to see. Watch that wick and what it lines up with. These highs line up with each other. Price comes back to balance itself in the market. So once it's like the job is done. The job is done. It sucked in all the buyers. Now it's going to take them out, take their stop losses out. People will get wicked out up in here, and then it's going to start selling off. So and the bankers, the bank-minded people, the institutional-minded people will recognize this and may even have missed this move going up in order to get in for it when it's selling off. I didn't memorize this. I could be 100% wrong, but let's roll this, see what we get out of this. See, price just came right back down, and okay, let me let it go. Because I couldn't remember exactly how far it came down. But my suspicion is that it'll come back down to our entry or pretty close to it. Can you make this go faster? Okay, all right, it didn't. Okay, but here's what I want to point out as well, and keep this in mind. If you've been on any discussions with me before, I talk about the imbalance, okay? And again, when you see price go up quickly on a particular area, price has to come back down and rebalance this area. Now, actually, and price did come down and balance this area because of this wick right here. I'm getting off topic a bit, but I'm just taking the opportunity since it's in front of us. See this is the wick right here, and you see how this wick came down into 50% or a little more than 50% of this particular green candle. Everything has to be covered in the market. Everything has to be covered in the market to a certain percentage. And so that price is now, everything is back in balance. Now, it looks like it's an opening underneath here, but it's not, because this wick is just covering, this wick on this candle is just mitigating the price on the candle on this side of it. That might be a little confused. That's why I say I'm not sure how long folks have been trading. I don't want to confuse people and that kind of thing. But the point is that price will always rebalance itself in the market. And I encourage you to, again, get with your educators, understand what market rebalance represents in the market. And again, that's another technical tool that you get under your belt that will allow you to rely on the technical tool as opposed to giving up on your patience and your faith and your discipline, and you will make money when you understand imbalance in the market. But anyway, I digress a bit, because I primarily want to talk about those two things there, which is when your trade is in profit, you determine, I said 15 pips, it's not written in stone, move your stop loss to break even. That's the bigger message. And then again, go to your MetaTrader 4 and take partial profits, okay? Take partial profits. There's no guarantees that, take profits are gonna be hit because somebody determined it in a trade idea. Nobody has a crystal ball as to what's gonna happen in this market. So, those covers really, I guess, the major points that I wanted to really talk about tonight. Like I said, I don't really want to, I can really get down in the weeds about entries and the whole imbalance and rebalancing thing. And hopefully the little bit of explanation I gave, and then the visual here that you see kind of explains it, where price went up on all these green candles, all green, all buying going on, no selling. It was no in between. You see no in between red candles. So there was no price mitigation that took place. That means that price is likely to then retrace through those exact same areas down to here. And then, of course, again, depending on what the overall directional bias of this particular trend is, which, again, I didn't take a look at because that wasn't part of what we were going to be talking about tonight, whether or not it is the overall uptrend, downtrend, or whatever. But hopefully that what I just shared with you made sense, shared, showed some value to you guys. Did anybody have any questions about anything that that I just kind of went over? Or oh, okay. Well, if you do, let me know. But let me do this. Let me do this real quick. I will be remiss if I didn't, because somebody doesn't know. Somebody doesn't know. Yeah, somebody doesn't know. So, but one thing I know, everybody on this call better have already logged into the IML Academy and better have already started on their Academy videos and better have already started on their boot camp. And I just hope so. I say that with love in my heart. I hope everybody has started on their journey. But here's what I want to point out. Don't rush into this, but don't forget about it either. Don't forget about it. If you have any ambition to become a consistent and profitable trader, you're going to have to go to class. If you've been on me and Rose Tuesday and Wednesday night new member session, I'm a broken record on this. You have to go to class. You have to find an educator on Go Live. Okay, these are the people that we're paying to teach us. Don't let them off the hook. Okay, don't let them off the hook. You're paying $174 a month in tuition. Some of it, of course, there's options for getting that scholarship and that kind of thing, but nonetheless, okay, if you're paying for somebody to go to school, yourself included, and you're not going to class, you're going to have a problem with that. Hold yourself to that same accountability, same level of responsibility, and find an educator. It's going to change your game. It's going to change your game. You're going to start understanding. You're going to start seeing how trade ideas are built. You're going to start getting information. You're going to start getting information from top world-renowned, world-class traders. It's going to expand. You're going to see how trading is bigger than getting signals. Again, I get it. If that's where you want to stop with this, that's your prerogative. I'm not judging. But if your ambition is to become a consistent and profitable trader, you got to get in here and find an educator. And I'll forewarn you, if you haven't done the boot camp and you get in here, it's likely you might be a little lost. And then the other thing I just like to hammer home the point is that, see, once you get in here with these educators, you really don't need the trade signals. The trade signals are there kind of like in the gap while you're learning, but when you get to the point where you're starting to attend with these live sessions, because the live sessions have trading ideas, and you will be more consistent taking your trade ideas from 1, maybe 2 educators than you will from taking trade ideas from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trade ideas that are being, and again, it's nothing, I'm not diminishing the value of the trade ideas that are in a signal group, but just think about it, just do the math, you know what I mean? The probability of success moves against us if we're taking trade ideas from this larger set of people versus if we're taking trade ideas from 1, maybe 2 people, and then we stay within their rate of accuracy at 80%, 85%, okay? And then you're learning, you're developing and getting accustomed to how to build a trade, how to develop your vision for the market, the things that you need to look for, those nuances. You also learn to think outside of this and start thinking globally about global economics and the influences on the currency markets and all this other kind of stuff. So again, guys, I just encourage everybody to take this serious, have fun with it at the same time. And again, it has the potential to just change the financial trajectory of your family for generations. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. And again, if anybody has any questions, please unmute yourself and ask the question. And if not, I will certainly, let me check the chat while, okay, thank you. Okay, can you repeat take partials? Lena, give me a call after this. We can go over that. I never knew you could do that. Okay. Can you take a partial scenario for computer setting? I'm not quite sure, Alva. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. You can contact me. We can take it offline and just give me a call. Actually, and I'll be honest with you guys, tomorrow would be better than tonight. But please, I encourage you, please reach out to me if you do have questions or would like to get clarification on any of what we went over tonight. My telephone number and such. Let me bring that up. And then I'm gonna get out of here. Open contact info. Open. See, I gotta talk myself through stuff. That's a reflection of, I don't know what that's a reflection of. But anyways, I'll put it here. Here we go. All right, so you can see that. Okay, good. So you got, you got my name, telephone number, that's my Instagram, that's my website, savvytrader1.com, and you can also find me on YouTube at savvytrader1 on YouTube. So that's how to get at me. Or of course you can get at me on Telegram if that's easier. But anyways, get at me. So thank you guys for getting on. Please, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Take some time to study some of the material, review, refresh, get ready for Sunday evening when the markets open up. You get with the educator this weekend. Find somebody that you're going to get with for next week. If you haven't already identified, plug in and watch what happens. Watch how things take off for you. Almost guaranteed. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great weekend. Good night.